wheel cleaner. Your host for Motorweek, John Davis.
Well, hello and welcome again to Motorweek. We're glad to have you with us. In today's very image-oriented sport utility market, the Isuzu Trooper has always been something of an also-ran. It was always a capable vehicle and sold in respectable numbers, but it never had the public panache of its flashier and better-known competitors from Jeep and Ford. So for 1998, its manufacturer set out to add some pizzazz, yet still maintain the dependable and straight-ahead character that loyal Trooper buyers have always loved. Has Isuzu succeeded in refitting its tough old Trooper into a more tailored uniform? Or is this loyal soldier doomed to spend its entire career serving at the rear? That's not likely, as the generals at Isuzu have not only given the 1998 Trooper an updated, less sharply pressed parade dress, they've also added some pretty substantial improvements under the uniform too, that enhance the rugged body-on-frame construction and compliant off-road ride we praised during our first encounter with the Trooper 2 way back in 1986. The current Trooper styling alterations are confined mainly to the front end, with new fenders and body-colored bumpers and a new grille and headlamps completing the facelift, while the externally mounted spare on the rear gets a new body-colored hard cover. Inside, the four-way manual front seats offer wide seat bottoms and backs with fine cushioning and lateral support, and a tall, commanding view of the road that some of our loftier staffers felt was a little too tall, but there were no complaints about headroom, or the traditional-looking IP that houses the large round gauges, and the new Torque on Demand display that indicates how much torque is being fed to the front wheels when the 4x4 auto mode is engaged. To the right are the well-placed climate controls, while just below is an AM/FM cassette stereo and here an optional CD player. Cup holders in the center console are small and storage is somewhat limited, but there are plenty of buttons to play with, like the ones that operate the winter and power modes for the automatic transmission, and the Trooper's signature power folding side mirrors with electric defoggers. In the back, the Trooper's rear seats, while a little firm, offer plenty of legroom and seat space for 3 adults. Fold and tumble those seats forward and the already sizable cargo hold becomes absolutely enormous. Nearly 61 inches deep and able to accommodate 90.2 cubic feet of gear. And that should keep you popular with friends with less spacious vehicles or those simply looking for off-street parking for their Mini Coopers. And when that popularity gets a little claustrophobic, the Trooper is better equipped than ever to take you off the beaten path for a little more elbow room. Getting you there is a new 3.5-liter dual overhead cam V6 that delivers 215 horsepower and 230 pound-feet of torque at only 3,000 RPM. That's an increase of 13% and 22% respectively over last year's engine. Power turns the rear wheels through either a 5-speed manual or 4-speed automatic transmission. And when the available Borg-Warner full-time torque-on-demand system is engaged, built-in speed sensors in the transfer case, along with an electronic control unit, monitor tire slippage and feed power to the front wheels according to need and road surface. The manually engaged low range fixes and evenly splits torque between the front and rear axles. But neither was required for our run to 60 in 9.2 seconds. Not bad at all for a 4,540-pound behemoth. And neither was the handling, as the government-redeemed Trooper has put its bad press behind it. It retains its double wishbone front and 4-link coil spring rear suspension. While it tackled our slalom course with a fair amount of body roll, it never approached the danger rollover zone. You won't approach the danger zone with the fine 4-wheel disc ABS-equipped brakes either. The 128-foot average is not spectacular, but stability is good and confidence-inspiring. Pricing is not spectacular either, but the Trooper is cheaper than last year with a base price of $28,245. Our test truck with the performance package and CD player rang up at $30,975, which puts it in the same neighborhood with similarly equipped Grand Cherokees and Explorers. With its tough body-on-frame construction, top-notch build quality, and rugged off-road prowess, the Isuzu Trooper has always been a capable soldier. Throw in the excellent torque-on-demand 4x4 system, a more willing engine, and plush luxury upgrades like leather interior and heated seats, and this Trooper has everything it needs to charge the front lines. Coming up, Lisa Barrow conquers Mongolia. You know, as much as we Americans love our cars, there are